Airtime is the culmination of a whole suite of street-style shows that Branch Nebula has made over 2 decades.
Imagine a skate park inside your venue with ramps towering over the audience. The speed the ramps enable and the height of the jumps is truly spectacular.
The show builds with a unique and surprising beginning. The performers bring onto the ramps an array of objects that they build extraordinary obstacles with, knocking them down and rebuilding new ones with unpredictable and hair-raising results.
Creating challenges is what drives the performers, continually pushing themselves to even riskier stunts, but also quite ridiculous play with everyday objects.
You will be totally immersed in an intimate setting with all of the ramps mic'd up to create effectively a large acoustic device. Also, each ramp can trigger sounds like beats or samples of the live sound. This creates the sense of a live concert to the interaction of movement with the sound.
Hello, my name is Mitch Jones and I'm the creative director of Oozing Future. I'm here today to talk to you about our new show, Apocrypha, which will premiere in October 2024 as part of the Darebin Speakeasy program at the Northcote Town Hall. Apocrypha is a new ensemble show mixing contemporary circus, dance, performance art, and clown. The style is highly surreal, abstract, visually poetic, and dramatic. The title Apocrypha refers to texts from outside of the canon, things that were studied in secret and revealed to the student, hidden mysteries. It's biblical in origin, and the feeling within the show is of something potent and sacred that is underneath the material that is conveyed by the performers. The show was initially inspired by the life and work of famous French poet Jean Genet, who was a provocateur, a queer icon, and a thief, something that he documented in his widely read and loved novels. I've taken from Genet's poetry the idea of transmutation, of turning base materials through a process of alchemical magic into the transcendence of the spirit. And it's that transcendence, that magical transformation, that I aim to inspire with the type of development of new apparatus, scenery, and props that we're working with in an effort to push contemporary circus beyond the creative limits and boundaries that have previously been seen. I'm very excited to share Apocrypha with audiences in 2024, and we're currently having conversations with potential touring partners for ongoing presentations of the work. If you're interested in talking to us more or coming to see the show, you can get in touch with myself or our producers, Lauren Eisinger and Dan Sheehan, who will be in Adelaide as part of the Honeypot Delegate Series. So thanks very much for watching and hope to hear from you soon.
Hello, I'm Karina. I'm one of the producers and performers from Statera Circus.
I'm Tom. I'm the marketing coordinator and one of the performers.
I'm Lesh. I am the technical manager and performer. Statera was born by 3 friends who wanted to make some crazy wacky work together and their love of facilitating creative spaces for others.
We started about 3-4 years ago, just as COVID happened. Great timing. And we have a family show called Boop.
Boop is a supermarket circus extravaganza where we do handstands on trolleys, we juggle the toilet paper and get up to all kinds of mischief.
Perspex is one of the props that we use, and we developed this apparatus in conjunction with Circus Oz. It is a sheet of polycarbonate that we stand and wobble on and bounce off of and play with and smash into.
We created the show during a 6-week development process where we included young people and weekly workshops to facilitate a collaborative space where they could give us feedback on the show, and we taught them what we knew about making work and doing circus skills.
We've continued to develop that process over the last 3 years, working with communities as we tour to engage with young people and get them excited and interested in theatre.
We toured Boop through South Australia, Victoria, and extensively through New South Wales.
Boop has toured to Adelaide Fringe several years running. We are currently touring in WA for the first time, which has been amazing. Boop is an easily tourable show. It can be bumped in, teched, and performed on the same day. It has a relatively detailed set, but it's all combined into one van load that we can drive around the country. And we have no rigging, so it's super easy to get into your venue and into different kinds of spaces.
So we've got our show Boop, we've got our community engagement programs, and we're also in the process of starting to develop a new show that's tentatively titled Dial Tone.
It explores communication and social relationships through circus.
For Dial Tone, we've really challenged ourselves to fit the whole show into 3 suitcases. So that means props and costumes and anything else we need so that we can have more international touring experiences and also be more adaptable to flying places.
Our process includes long-form development where we are able to show the work throughout the creative process. What's important to us is making sure that everybody has a safe space to be in and making sure that the performers and the producers and everybody feel comfortable with what we are performing and what we're selling.
Statera really values community. Our team is very tight-knit. We share a lot of roles and responsibilities, and we're always working to make sure that we all feel safe and loved.
Our programs and our show really create spaces for young people where they get to try something that they've never done before. We had this one girl in a program that we ran in Goulburn. She came to us at the end of the week and went, wow, I really never knew that I would be able to do any of this stuff. And it was just so heartwarming to hear her self-confidence grow and to see her try new things and to try to handstand and to roll. And we find that circus is a fantastic tool for sort of breaking those boundaries, and it allows you to get out of your head and try. It's really cool. So if any of those 3 programs sound interesting to you, please feel free to reach out, and I hope to meet you in person. Thanks so much. See you soon.
Welcome in to Dangerous Go!
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it.
Our work is based on diversity, intersectionality, collaboration, and so for us it's really important to place diverse stories centre stage, stories that maybe we don't always see on the TV.
I think essentially our work is still the same in the sense that the heart of it is about reflecting back how we sit in society. So we're sort of taking dangerous goods and we're tradies and sort of flipping that to this idea that, in history, women have been, anyone who's loud and proud has been considered dangerous, but let's embrace that now.
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it.
Very multidisciplinary multidisciplinary. It's lots of fun.
Yeah,
bit of a party.
We love to dress up, so it's like a million costumes, a lot going on backstage. We have tradies, we have, of course, the over-the-top 1950s housewife. We've got a rubber latex sex doll, Little Red Riding Hood, some inflatable gold dicks. We're really interested in using comedy and ridiculousness to make people laugh, and then also to make people question maybe, oh, why did I laugh? Was that a bit wrong?
Gonna make it till it drops. Never gonna pick it up. Gonna take it to the top. I'm gonna make it. Never gonna break it. Gonna make it. Never gonna break it.
You might almost have an acrobat flying what feels like almost above you, or, you know, a whip cracking almost over your head. So it definitely feels like you're right in amongst the action.
You're going to see like burlesque with a twist. You're going to see circus, incredible aerials, beautiful soul singing, poetry, heaps of dance, prop work. We haven't missed a genre.
The world, a pearl that hangs delicately in the balance, strung around, water-bound.
Flying objects, fierce, powerful femmes, girls being boys being girls, being chicks being dicks, being tradies, being sluts.
We're trying to use all of our fierce powers to tell all these stories that, affect our daily lives.
We want to bring the revolution. We do want to do that thing where we start the party and and people come for the party, they leave with the protest.
Grab a drink on the way in, get ready to dance in your seat, stand up if you want to. We want it to feel like you can engage your body in this work. Wolf whistle, we dare you.
Hi, I'm Harley Carey and I'm one of the lead artists and the producer for Gravity Dolls. Gravity Dolls is a multi-award winning company based out of Naarm, Melbourne, specialising in circus theatre. We pair original new writing with the extreme physicality of circus to create unforgettable theatrical experiences. I'm here to talk to you about our latest work, Futureproof. Futureproof is a bold, unflinching snapshot of the world at this critical juncture. It is a stunning invocation of the world that we're waking up to and a call to action of the one that we hope to see.
The earth opened up, spat out its colours, burst into patterns, travelling across the sky. The sky dissolved into flakes and fell, covered the men with their guns, filled up our pockets, covered the streets, flakes in my lungs, flakes in my eyes, flakes forever and ever.
This show is a festival piece that is still growing and developing as we engage audiences in the material. Our primary audiences are curious theatregoers who enjoy work that is bold in its exploration of form and content. Over the next 12 months, we want the work to continue to evolve and would love to engage with presenters who are able to offer residencies alongside performances. We'd love to hear from presenters who are interested in the process as well as the product, also those who like to offer new experiences to their audiences.
Hi, I'm Charisse, co-director of One Fell Swoop Circus, and this is our new work, In Common. In Common is a 60-minute ensemble show featuring 8 acrobats that uses a stunning sculpture of floating tension to explore the care we owe others and the ways that we collectively build community. Our performers build the innovative apparatus during the show, performing high-level acrobatics on and around the structure. Our work has been described as mesmerising, beautiful and spectacular. But our favourite piece of feedback from audiences is when they've said, it looked like just such great fun, we wanted to join in with you. In Common is suitable for all ages and is entirely non-verbal, making it perfect for Australian and international audiences. The show is spectacular, presented indoors in large proscenium arch theatres and large studio theatres. The production also makes for a fantastic outdoor installation and spectacle. It is perfectly suited to outdoor festivals and can transform city spaces into theatrical experiences for young and old alike. Technical specifications are available on request, including information on the staging requirements. We're very excited to be presenting In Common to you and would be delighted to share this work with you and your audiences.
Momentum is going to be the best show you've ever seen. It's an immersive physical experience. It's actually a one-of-a-kind show in Australia. There has not been an ensemble that's come together like the one that we have for Momentum.
Hello, we're representing Women's Circus, a vibrant and inclusive community in Melbourne's West. A circus which has been empowering people of a marginalised gender for over 30 years. We're excited to present the groundbreaking work, Momentum, the inaugural work of our inclusive ensemble.
I am Jo Dunbar. I'm one half of the directing team of Momentum.
And I'm Steph Cox, the Executive Director of Women's Circus and producer of Momentum.
Using soccer, dance, theatre and a bit of comedy as well. The Momentum is a show that's performed by the Women's Circus Inclusive Ensemble, and it takes us on a journey through strength, resilience, life experience. Tan Scully and myself directed the show with a really strong focus on bringing art and disability and aesthetic access together into a really immersive performance experience.
This work, which is adaptable both to outdoor site-specific spectacle and indoor immersive theatre, explores how a simple shift can initiate momentum and create change.
We have decades of experience in amongst all of us, between myself and the director and the ensemble members themselves. One really key feature about Momentum is wherever it goes, is the audience are a part of the show as well. They move into the performance and they're in the space and they're moving around the space. It's not a passive show. You become a part of the show, and I think that's what audience members who have seen and being a part of the show have really appreciated, seeing the world from a completely different perspective.
After 2 sold-out seasons, 1 outdoors and site-specific at Art Centre Melbourne as part of Alter State Festival, and the second indoors and immersive at Bowery Theatre in Melbourne's West, we are now seeking bold and committed presenting partners who are ready to break free of traditional theatre practices. Momentum requires a unique approach, and we're looking for presenters who are willing to take on the challenge of creating an environment that goes beyond the ordinary. The rewards are immense, and not only will you be a part of a joyous and transformative production, but your commitment will resonate far beyond the performance season. We are primarily focusing on Australia's and New Zealand's capital cities, as it aligns with the needs of our ensemble and ensures affordability. These cities, with their diverse festival and metropolitan landscapes, provide an ideal backdrop for our large-scale and immersive work. Filled with joy, Momentum challenges preconceptions on bodies, age and gender, and provides the perfect combination of reflection, connection and surprise. While Women's Circus has a rich history, we're eager to start new relationships with festivals and introduce them to the wonder of Momentum. We are open to international opportunities, recognising the challenges involved. However, we believe Momentum holds universal themes that, combined with the high-quality circus performance and innovative theatrical forms, can captivate international audiences. By partnering with us, you'll be introducing an Australian circus example that surprises and exceeds international expectations. Please get in touch for more information or to start a conversation. Let's work together to create an environment of care, access and impact that lasts well beyond the performance season.
Welcome to the Garden of Beginnings. It's been 20 minutes since you died, but you probably don't know that yet. You've been born a million times and died just as many. In the scope of the universe, you are an embryo, a seed. And when all is done, your body will return to the earth and we begin to sow again. Welcome to rebirth. Hello, my name is Maisie Crosdale, company producer of Zen Zen Zo Physical Theatre. Hailing from Meanjin, Brisbane, founded by Dr. Lynn Bradley and Simon Woods, Zen Zen Zo has been revolutionising physical theatre in Australia for the last 30 years. We're the child of a Buto dancer and a cinematographer, so hopefully that paints the picture. Zen Zen Zo's aesthetic was forged between Asian dance theatre, the European avant-garde theatre movement and contemporary pop culture. This fusion of old and new gives Zen Zen Zo its poignant appeal and an audience base that spans several generations. Rebirth by Zen Zen Zo tells the cyclical tale of birth, breath, life and death through a sea of shifting anomalous bodies. You, the audience, have died and are witnessing the process of the seeds, our Zen Zen Zo performers, being reborn in the Garden of Beginnings. And soon, you too will be experiencing the process. But for now, these seeds are just a step ahead. Rebirth is a tribute to life, to death, and all the muck that sticks in between. We come from the mud and return to the mud. Because everything that is good gets you dirty. Directed by award-winning and Zen Zen Zo Associate Director Gina Tay Limpis, Rebirth is animated by an ensemble of highly trained physical performers. The creative journey of Rebirth began in 2022 during Zen Zen Zo's creative internship, an internationally renowned program which brings together 16 eclectic artists over an intensive 6-month period. Under the guidance of the company, the interns conceptually and creatively developed Rebirth, a sellout season. The 50-minute promenade work was brought to life in a wedding venue on Gubbi Gubbi country in the Maleny hinterlands. A second opportunity arose to redevelop the work in a more traditional space with a smaller ensemble of 5 through a program called Testing Site at Studio One. And while we enjoyed the lack of gravel and bugs and snakes, the second development of the work revealed that Rebirth is intended to provide a renaissance of place and space. We want organic, untamed, non-traditional spaces, itching to have high-energy stories told in them. Let us bring new perspectives to your venue, festival or space, old or new, dusty or dirty. With a history of 30 years in contemporary performance, there isn't much that Zen Zen Zo can't do when it comes to creating performance in unusual spaces. Zen Zen Zo believes in a theatre of contact, in which the relationships between the artists and the audience is at once intimate and shocking, compelling and confrontational, ritualistic and profane. Rebirth is no exception. So what's next for Rebirth? We want to continue to reproduce the 50-minute full-length version of this performance with our ensemble of 6. Rebirth is suited for festival seasons, circuits, or unique performance programs with interesting aims and audiences who are ready to embrace high-energy art. We want producers or partners who are ready to embrace the joys of site-responsive work and are excited by contemporary art in non-traditional spaces. Now, more than ever, rebirth and transformation are being called upon, and we simply cannot neglect it. As an artist who grew up in a regional town and as a young person living and working in 2024, I have been privileged enough to witness rebirth both first and second hand in many facets. The mud of life is thick and rich and ties together humanity. Through Rebirth, Zen Zen Zo will inspire your audiences, activate your spaces, and welcome the muddy and thrilling process of being reborn.
Welcome to the intriguing world of the crones. Picture Macbeth's weird sisters, the denigrated hags of fairy tales, the older goddesses of myth. The crone archetype embodies power, wisdom, experience, death, and subversion. She challenges the norm and carries the potential for transformation.
I'm Gabrielle Leah New, the creator of Reclaim the Crone, a seditious new mythology for the coming revolution. A groundbreaking performance challenging society's perception of older women. This show offers a new lens through which to view the wise old crone, a figure often subjected to the cultural shadow and made invisible in our youth-centric culture.
The Crone's mission is about breaking norms and healing. This isn't just entertainment, it's a call for action.
My journey with the Crones began at 50, confronted by media messages, shaming ageing, and a societal disconnect with death.
Reclaim the Crone is a visually stunning, thought-provoking experience for our times. As humanity seeks solutions, we restore the archetype of the crone to inspire change, connection, and healing of Grandmother Earth.
We take our shoes off and bless the earth. Amano uzumi atatea.
This show is more than a performance. It's a mythic voyage. Through dance, poetry, song, and projection, we summon the power of the crone. We witness her emergence from the shadows, challenging patriarchy, demanding recognition, and inviting us to embrace the powerful crone energy.
The Crones confront climate destruction, challenge patriarchal legacies, and beckon us to join in mending our world.
Reclaim the Crone debuted at the 2023 Drift Festival and has its NARM Melbourne premiere in July, the fourth major production by the Space Between Performance Collective. This 1 hour long ride has a cast of 4 internationally recognised performers, an original evocative soundscape, beautiful lighting design, and a portable set. This show targets audiences who are looking to embrace ageing, support feminism, and anyone who cares about the future of our planet. The Crones are tour ready, bringing their empowering voice and transformative message to you. Check out thecronesarecoming.com.au and support the Crone Revolution.
I think we've got it, girls.
Hi, my name's Eleanor. I'm the director of Highwire Entertainment. Rouge is a sexy circus cabaret show. It features a combination of circus, acrobatics, aerial work, opera, cabaret, burlesque, and dance. It presents all of those things in a way that is highly entertaining and has mainstream appeal, while at the same time having a message promoting ideas around feminism and an open-mindedness when it comes to sex and sexuality that isn't necessarily always seen in those kind of more mainstream sexy circus cabaret shows that are so successful. Often in festivals, it's been one of the highest selling shows at the event. We know that it sells tickets, we know that it has really great appeal, it's got fantastic marketing that really grabs people, and does have that appeal, while it also does have very specific demographic groups as well, and we know how to target those groups. The show's been around for a few years. We have toured it around Australia and overseas, but we are looking for more touring partners and spaces that we can take the show into. We think that it works really well in festivals and also in more traditional brick and mortar theatre spaces. So we are looking for both overseas relationships and also more relationships in other metropolitan centres around Australia that we haven't yet visited.
Hi, my name's Winter. I'm a producer and a performer, and I'm here with my work, Signal. Signal is a contemporary circus show that uses technology to translate movement and acrobatics into live music, crafting an expressive soundtrack that can respond to physical performance. We use tools like motion sensors, load cells, heart rate monitors, contact microphones, and touch sensors, as well as a modular synthesizer, together with high-level acrobatics and traditional instrumentation, in order to create a soundtrack that's really interwoven with its physicality. I made this piece as a light-hearted love letter to theatre and to the technical side of the arts. Conceptually, Signal uses these tools to explore ideas of empathy and human connection through playful cross-sensory experiences and synesthesia. Signal doesn't rely on spoken language, and we built the show around broad accessibility. We're currently working on creating materials to share our practice and to support others looking to dive into the intersection of art and technology. We received an amazing response to our premiere at Adelaide Fringe last year, receiving Fringe Awards and 5-star reviews. And now we're looking to build some tours throughout Australia and to get out there and share it internationally. We'd love to come to your theatre and make some cool, inspiring art together.
Oh, hello. Good day, Labradors and Groodles. I am Annie Davey, Artistic Director of the Flying Fruit Fly Circus. We have been training young people in the dark arts of aerialistics, equilibristics, funambulism, manipulation and all things circus for 45 years here in our secret circus laboratory deep in the heart of regional Australia. Our dedicated circus school trains children between the ages of 8 and 18, and our graduates feature in most international and Australian circus ensembles. Here at the Flying Fruit Fly Circus, we make world-class circus shows for family audiences featuring our young acrobats, ordinary kids doing extraordinary things. Some recent Flying Fruit Fly Circus presentations. The award-winning Junk. Time Flies at Sydney Festival 2020. Endangered Species. Girls with Altitude. Most recently, we've played to sell-out houses at Arts Centre Melbourne and the Sydney Opera House with Tempo, which is currently on a regional Australian tour. But today, I am here to introduce you to our tour-ready show, Spherical. Spherical is a pseudo-scientific survey of circular circus apparatus. A steampunk ensemble of a dozen daredevil scientists spin, flip, and whirl through a 55-minute celebration of circus. With classical clown logic, the scientists come up with some very difficult solutions to the simplest of problems, while struggling to control a recalcitrant contraption that continually has conniptions, featuring amazing aerial acts, astonishing acrobatics, hilarious hula hoops, and terrific but not entirely successful human teleportation. Spherical is very special. Flying Fruit Fly Circus is also interested in discussing collaborative ventures around innovative audience engagement strategies. Call me sometime.
Hi, my name's Lachlan, and I'm the director of 10,000 Hours, a brand new production by Gravity and Other Myths. If you don't know us, Gravity and Other Myths is one of Australia's leading contemporary circus companies, based right here in Adelaide. This show is the latest in a long list of festival audience favourites. Not only receives rave reviews and multiple awards, but tours extensively around the world. So, a bit about the show. Everyone has mastered something. 10,000 Hours is an ode to skill and the countless hours and small miracles needed to achieve great things. This is an acknowledgement of the backstory that is often more spectacular than the finished product. The gallons of sweat, countless calories, healed bones, frayed emotions, relationships and sacrifices needed to embody awe-inspiring acrobatic skills. This is an invitation to watch us work. 10,000 Hours is available for bookings immediately around our other touring engagements. It's agile and flexible and can fit into nearly any performance venue. It's family-friendly, spectacular, award-winning acrobatics from Australia's hottest new company. We value making deep connections with presenters, so we can present additional offerings alongside performances. GOM's work continues to push the boundaries of what is possible in circus, and 10,000 Hours is no different. We're a genre leader striving to develop our relatively young art form. Our work is accessible, fun and playful, while at the same time packing a sophisticated theatrical punch. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you at 10,000 Hours.
Hi everyone, I'm Penny Barron.
And I'm Carolyn Hanna.
And we are the co-artistic directors of Born in a Taxi, a multi-award winning theatre company that have been making original works for over 30 years in theatres, outdoor spaces and festivals.
Our works have been commissioned by Melbourne International Festival, Commonwealth Games, White Night and many more. And they have toured extensively to Asia, Europe and America.
And we are so excited to bring you our favourite show, The Waiting Room.
A culmination of a 30-year journey into audience performer reciprocity.
Waiting is universal. Everyone has been there at some point, either by choice or circumstance. Waiting for good news, bad news, on hold for a train, for the dentist, or death. And it's often done in the company of strangers. With our waiting room, people come asking one question: what am I waiting for?
The audience of strangers are united by the growing realisation that they are the show, and increasingly discover over time their level of agency within the piece. A gradual seduction to play unfolds, held masterfully by the ensemble, and a carefully scaffolded theatrical structure that underpins the dynamics of the piece. The games and improvisations develop from open-ended offers that eventually lead towards a remarkable crescendo of a grand poetic solo by an audience member who unknowingly self-selects through answering a telephone.
The ambiguity of the work is held through a number of framing devices. Firstly, the skill of the ensemble to charm, entice, poke, challenge, seduce the audience into play.
There are a series of pre-recorded announcements delivered in that familiar on-hold voice that we all hate, with instructions from the functional to the increasingly personal and absurd.
Good numbers 1 to 70. All, please turn their chairs 90 degrees to the right to face the south wall. If you are a reviewer or consider yourself to be a judgmental, critical person, go and stand in the corner.
These announcements can be recorded in any language, so language is no barrier to touring.
The work is held by a live soundtrack that is created fresh each night in response to the action that's happening by our sound designer, Michael Javier.
What are we looking for? We are looking for collaborative presenters who are keen to bring unique experiences to their audiences. We're also looking for presenters open to using their spaces in novel ways, with the requirement of spending a bit more time in the space to make the work specific to each site or venue. Studio spaces, idiosyncratic spaces, black boxes, and venues that have the potential to reveal and conceal spaces are ideal, but it's also possible to creatively invent ways to do this with staging.
The waiting room frames collective human behaviour. What will rise within us collectively, and how will we meet each other?
Play makes chaos and uncertainty seem natural, inevitable, and fertile, shining a light into the subversive, instinctive, and beautifully ordinary parts of ourselves. A place for community to express itself in an unrepeatable moment in time.
If you're interested in the waiting room, please reach out to us in any way that's easy for you.
Hey, it's Georgia from Yuck Circus. For those of you who don't know us, we're a West Australian company keen on championing the female voice across live performance. We currently have 5 touring productions, and of that we've toured nationally, internationally and regionally, picking up dozens of awards, stacks of 5-star reviews, and generally thrilling thousands of the public along the way. I'm here to talk to you about our original show, the one that kicked it all off, the self-titled Yuck Circus. A big question we always get is why yuck? Well, with this original show, we wanted to talk about things that were seen as like gross or taboo, so things like periods or catcalling or binge drinking, just generally what it takes to grow up as a woman. We wanted to take the stigma out of these topics and open it up as a general icebreaker to the audience. Core to our company and all of our works is social change. For longer seasons, we'll work with local organisations and charities to fundraise and to do drives for menstrual products. We want to bring people together and we want to do our bit for community impact. What's on stage? Real question. It's a mix of high-flying acrobatics with ripper comedy. So everything that we do on stage is, a better way to say it, a piss take. With comedy and circus as quite accessible genres, we want to bring people into the space. We want to make them feel comfortable no matter their gender or generation. We've had audience crying at the end of the show, both tears of happiness and tears of relief for things that they saw on stage that they wish they could have said when they were younger. When making it, we expected, mums to be like, oh, I can finally talk to my daughters about periods, but often it's the other way around of daughters being like, hey, I can finally tell my mum the boys at school send me dick pics. We have heaps of great experiences post-show of people sharing their stories with us, sharing it with their friends or their peers and family that they brought with them. And that's the kind of social change that we want to bring with this show. Not only that, but you have like a big, ABBA dance party at the end and everyone's having a great time. So let's talk quick tech. The primary version of this show is aerial based, but we can also perform a ground based version just to make sure that it's properly accessible to lots of different regions and communities, no matter what the resources are. We've done it in 3,000-seater theatres internationally. We've done it to 30 people, 8 hours into the bush in the dirt. We're really flexible and scalable of what we can present, and we can fill those big stages. We can bring it right down to fit in a basketball court. The biggest expense of this tour is just having 6 people, keeping them fed, keeping them housed. Apart from that, we've got no freight, no set, no props, no special stuff on the side, just to keep it as minimal and as exciting as possible. We can even tour with our own rigger and technician. If you really need it, we can also bring our own lights and sound. Let us know what you need because we'll put in the effort to work together and make it happen. What are we looking for to work? We've been touring regionally and nationally across Australia, and we've just gone back overseas now since, all the lockdowns and stuff. So we're continuing to build our UK and Europe touring through 24-25. Honestly, if that's you or not you and you're still keen, just talk to us. We'd love to make it happen. Whether that's with one of our existing shows or if you want to make something completely new, we're committed to making global connections and we'd love to work with you. If you're keen to know more, stalk the socials, log on to our website and talk to me about it. Thank you so much for your time. See you later.